You don't need to have majored in astrology to know about star signs and what they can supposedly tell us about our personalities. But you may not be aware that not all the traits apparently linked with your birth date are positive. Indeed, each star sign carries its own list of negative traits too, and some are creepier than others, from Cancer's martyrdom complex to Capricorn's murderous fantasies. There are 12 star signs in all, split up along sections of the annual path that the Sun appears to take as the Earth orbits it, known as the ecliptic. Think of it as a fictional line drawn across the stars, marking out eclipses and constellations. It's these star clusters that correlate with the zodiac signs, including Aries, Gemini, and Capricorn. Thousands of years ago, the Babylonians began astrology to track seasons and weather patterns. Later, the Greeks and Romans employed it to predict events including wars and natural disasters. But it was the ancient Egyptians who were thought to have first used the zodiac signs, attributing various characteristics to each one. Indeed, these historic civilizations saw a link between the Earth's orbit around the Sun, the planets, and the stars, and believed that they affected humanity's traits. The 12 signs were also divided into 4 subcategories: air, earth, water, and fire, with each one supposedly determining a person's finances, relationships, and other circumstances. The individual star signs, meanwhile, are all believed to be linked to personal traits in correlation with the planets. In 2000 BC, in fact, astrologers from Babylon thought that the 5 then-known planets, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter, along with the Sun and Moon, all had various powers, such as Mars's tendency towards war and aggression as the red planet. Today, the star signs are still used in similar ways through the likes of horoscopes. By charting the movements and positions of the planets, Moon, and Sun, along with other celestial bodies, astrologies believe that they can pinpoint a person's characteristics and personality. Whether these theories about the star signs hold any water, however, is up for debate. Indeed, there's no scientific reasoning of any studies confirming either the authenticity of horoscopes or whether the position of the stars can really tell us anything about our personalities or lives. Either way, though, the attributes that a star sign can supposedly reveal about us aren't necessarily wholly positive. Indeed, some of them can be downright creepy. Aries is obsessed with death. If you've ever had murderous thoughts as an Aries, you're probably not alone. In fact, it's one of 3 signs associated with death, and as a fire sign, this particular association is death by fire. Rather than wanting to burn everyone, though, Aries' apparent predilection for flames is simply a yearning to be cleansed, so you can purify those nasty thoughts with some meditation. Taurus is a stalker. Hell hath no fury like a Taurus scorned, at least according to Stella Hyde, author of Darkside Zodiac. Indeed, the writer claims that Taurus-born folks are more likely to take rejection badly. And when you can't move on, you cling on, even to what you don't have. Even something as seemingly benign as following an ex-partner on social media can easily translate into stalking. Gemini is a liar. The world isn't black and white, as Geminis are well aware, and apparently they often use that point to twist the truth whenever they can. In fact, sometimes a Gemini may be so interested in their own version of the truth that they don't actually realize that they're being deceitful. Cancer has a martyrdom complex. Cancer's shadow side, as astrologer Genevieve Verling writes, can lend bearers of the star sign to hold deep grudges over emotional slights, which in turn leads to what is ostensibly a martyrdom complex. Essentially, Cancers get bogged down with the feeling that they're always making sacrifices for others, and so they are in turn owed something. Leo is dominating. Like all star signs, Leo share a few negative traits, but the one that's perhaps the creepiest is their dominating side. Indeed, they're keen to be the ones in control, and therefore naturally expect that everyone else will follow their decisions, which of course isn't a trait that everyone's going to be on board with. Virgo is a sexual fantasist. While Virgos may appear to be wholesome and pure on the surface, bubbling below is a fiery, untamed beast, at least when it comes to the bedroom. Yes, Virgos are apparently known for harboring some pretty twisted sexual fantasies. However, they likely won't act on them, unless, of course, they meet the perfect person. Libra is obsessed with motives. Knowing the reason why people do the things they do isn't inherently creepy until it turns into an obsession, that is. Indeed, Libras are said to be known for scouring the internet to learn about the deepest and darkest ebbs of humanity. Let's just hope that nobody ever checks their search history. Scorpio has violent fantasies. Many of us are prone to unwelcome thoughts, in this case, an involuntary urge to do something dreadful. But it's Scorpios who are apparently particularly disposed to these violent fantasies. And while they may never actually follow through with them, the fact remains that they're always there. Sagittarius flees from problems. Sometimes being truly free isn't necessarily a good thing. Just ask a Sagittarius. After all, the star sign may be linked to a burning desire for freedom, but that also includes being free from responsibility. And that means that a Sagittarius is far more likely to run away from their problems. Capricorn has murderous fantasies. Don't get us wrong, Capricorns aren't wandering around and hoping to bump off everyone they know just for fun. Indeed, their murderous fantasies are actually linked to their desire to succeed in life, no matter the cost. Thankfully, they don't really intend to go through with it, but they do love planning it out. Aquarius dreams up eulogies. If Capricorns are strange for having murderous fantasies, they have nothing on those born into the sign of the water bearer. Indeed, an Aquarius will apparently spend their time thinking of what they'll say at your funeral. Fortunately, it's not because they're planning to kill you. It's simply one of the only ways they can imagine expressing their own emotions. Pisces has a superhero complex. Being highly empathetic isn't always a good thing, as any Pisces will likely tell you. After all, while it can inspire others to display the same affection, it can also make seeing people in pain even harder. And to that end, members of this particular star sign are known for wanting to save everyone, even if it means risking their own well-being. Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.